Hello there. Today I wanted to talk about taking action and the problems what people have in actually taking action. And I'm going to include a few trades from my trading session yesterday at the end of this video, just as a way of illustrating the rewards what are on offer to anyone who is actually willing to take action and get trading. So there are two pretty common problems what I see people make when it comes to taking action and actually doing some trading. And the first of them is not taking any action at all. In other words, doing all the preparation work but never actually going as far as taking a real trade. And the other problem, the opposite of that really, is taking too much action, which is really more dangerous than not taking any action at all. So let's have a look at the problems of not taking any action and not actually getting started. And this is a problem what usually really manifests itself in a few similar ways. The trader will usually spend a lot of time reading books, reading more books, taking more courses, and generally just reading more and more stuff. And then they'll spend a lot of time in forums and chat rooms doing various research and talking to other traders. And more often than not, they'll spend time worrying about getting their software set up just right, trying out different programs, fiddling around with the settings, all of that sort of stuff. It's all classic procrastination, and it all stops you obviously from ever actually making any money. Why do people procrastinate like this? I suppose mainly it's because of fear. There's the old fear of failure, and there's also, dare say, a fear of hard work. Once you start something at some kind of level, you're effectively committing yourself to working at it until you succeed. So it can be a bit of a psychological hurdle to overcome. And indecision as well is another factor. A lot of people will worry, they just don't like to make a decision, and in this case it's the decision to get started. So people will worry if they've chosen a good strategy for trading, or is there a better one, and have they learnt enough, or should they study some more? Goes back to reading more stuff. So fear of making a decision, again it all comes down to fear really at the end of the day, is a big reason why people just don't take action. Whatever the reasons are though for not taking the plunge, the consequences are always the same. Without taking any action you can't move forward. Your fears may or may not be justified, but the only way to ever really know is to try. And of course there's no risk in trying trading because you can get started by paper trading. And if you haven't already done so, have a look at my previous videos on the subject of paper trading and how you can do that totally free. So if you are procrastinating about getting started trading, then I do urge you, just do it. Take the plunge, give it a go. What's the worst that can happen? You might fail, albeit only on paper, but that gives you a baseline to work from. Any failure is valuable. It will teach you some important lessons. It will tell you where you need to study more or improve. So failure isn't something that you should be afraid of. It's not something to fear. It's a tool what you can use to help you improve. Now, the polar opposite of not taking action, of course, is taking too much action, and here I'm talking about overtrading, and that's something that I see an awful lot of. People who do get started and then get a bit trigger happy with the old buy and sell buttons. And trading profitably, it's about selecting quality trades, those what have got the highest possible potential to be profitable. It's not about quantity. We don't get paid for the number of trades we take, we only get paid for the good ones. So as traders, we want to limit ourselves just to those good ones. So overtrading, like not trading at all, comes about for a few reasons. Not having a solid trading plan is probably the most common. If you ain't got a clear strategy for when you should be buying and selling, then you're going to end up buying and selling any chart that looks like it might have the slightest chance of moving. And of course fear raises its ugly head again when it comes to overtrading. It's very easy to worry that this trade might be a winner, could be about to run away without me, don't want to miss out on any potential profit. But if you're only thinking about what you might win, it's too easy to forget to think about what you might lose if it doesn't work out. And that leads us to our old friend greed, which is the driver behind a lot of overtrading. We don't want to leave money on the table. We don't like to think of profit, escaping us. But the simple fact of the matter is that even the best trader on the planet can't catch every possible trade, and it's not really worth trying. It's pointless to try. In fact, it's dangerous to try. If you're busy taking substandard trades that don't meet your plan, then it means you're not watching the really good ones when they come along, so you end up just missing out twice, really. So there are two cures for overtrading, and the first is obviously to have a good solid trading plan. Know exactly what it is you're looking for by means of a good trade, and you've got more chance of recognising one when it comes along. And always be asking yourself, does this trade I'm about to take meet the criteria on my plan? Is this the kind of trade what I should be taking? And if not, don't take it. If that's not enough, and I know from emails what I get every week that for a lot of people that's the case, then the single best way I've found to get over overtrading is to artificially restrict yourself to one single trade per day. It's tough, but it works. If you know that you can only have one shot at a trade today, you're going to make it the best shot you can get, really. Once your trade is done, switch off the computer, walk away. Don't look at another chart for the rest of the day, and avoid temptation. Now, if you do this for a few days straight, then you'll find that you become really quite picky about what you decide to spend your one trade on. Then when you think you're ready, you can increase your limit up to 2 trades a day, and then keep building up from there, and eventually you can remove that restriction altogether. But if you do find yourself slipping back into bad habits, and we all do from time to time, then don't hesitate, reinstate your one trade a day rule to force yourself again to be really very selective about where you spend that trade. Alright, so that's enough about overtrading. Let's have a look at a few trades what I took yesterday. Alright, this is Moby. As you can see, entered on this fairly late in the morning and got out around midday. So the time in this trade was 1.5 hours, which is a bit longer than many of my trades. This was a classic slow burner, but it was worth it. Took 65 cents a share on this one, so on 1,000 shares that was $650 profit, and quite a nice easy trade as well. Moved very nice and smoothly, that one. Alright, next up TNAV. This one was over much more quickly, but for a smaller profit. This one took about half hour, and took 20 cents per share on this one for $200. And actually there were a couple more entries that were quite clearly signalled before midday, but I wasn't watching at that point, so I missed out on those. But like I said earlier, you can't catch them all, and it's pointless to try. I was very happy with the 20 cents what I did take, and I was busy watching other stuff. And then last but by no means least, AH, which gave some lovely trades. Now I took the easy one in the morning and scaled out on this one, took half off for $1.75 a share, and then came out the second half at $1.95 a share. So that was $875 on the first half, $975 on the second half, giving a total profit of $1,850 on that one trade, and that trade lasted a total of 45 minutes. Now there were a couple of excellent trades to be had in the afternoon and towards the end of the session. So for those in the UK and Europe who likes trading what is the evening for you after work, some amazing opportunities there. A couple of grand's worth of profit to be had there quite easily. Alright then, hope those give you some motivation if you're thinking of giving this a go and haven't actually done so yet. As I say, check out my paper trading videos on the blog if you haven't already seen them. They explain how you can get into this trading lark for free and with absolutely no risk, so there's no excuse for not trying. Okay, that's it for this one, and have another one for you very soon.